Coming up on Mountain News this morning, new details have come to light after a deadly shooting killed 3 people. And a Girl Scout wants the world to know the dangers of banning books.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche, and it is 6:30 on this Tuesday morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your first alert forecast.
Good morning, Madison. Good morning, everyone. Yes, indeed, a first alert weather day, not only today, but also tomorrow. And I have actually a greater concern about tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night for all of Eastern and Southern Kentucky. Now, the time frame Cam gave you last night still hasn't changed. I think it comes in 2 waves, early to mid-afternoon, and then this evening into the overnight period. Most of the area now in the enhanced risk. That's the one change that took place since Cam spoke to you late last night at 11, and all modes of severe weather on the table, both today and into tomorrow. 61, that's the story right now over the next couple of hours. It is the fog. It is locally dense, and yes, less than a mile in a number of locations. Temperature-wise, not bad. 60 to 65. A few of us are still at 59. A couple of showers departing Louisa into southern portions of West Virginia. Still a few showers south of the Hal Rogers. And as we head through time for today, we'll get some sunshine, calling it partly sunny, a bit breezy, scattered showers and thunder showers. And we'll break down this time frame again. 2 opportunities today into tonight with a high of 82. More about the first alert 7-day forecast in a few moments. Madison.
Tim, thank you. Now to a developing story we are following. 3 young people were injured in a serious crash last night in Breathitt County. It happened on Jet Drive in Jackson near an assisted living facility. Several people and groups have posted on social media asking for prayers for 3 young athletes. Police say at least 2 needed treatment at a trauma center. Their names and conditions have not been released by officials. Police are investigating after a body was found in Harlan County. A deputy coroner pronounced a 55-year-old man dead Monday afternoon at a home in the Cold Iron community. The body is being sent to the state medical examiner's office to determine the exact cause of death and the manner of death. The name of the person who died has not been released. In southern Kentucky, Pulaski County officials are sharing the details of a series of shootings that have spanned 2 counties. The sheriff's office says they believe Angela Gosser shot and killed her husband, Larry Gosser, a former Fish and Wildlife officer, then drove to Russell County where she shot and killed her sister and engaged in a shootout with her brother. Angela died and her brother was seriously hurt. It's not clear what led up to the shootings.
Still open for investigation. We're still looking at the motive and reason. We're going to work closely with the detectives are right now back there working on our end of it. Going to work closely with Kentucky State Police and Columbia Post.
Visitation for Larry Gosser will be this evening after 5 at Wilson Funeral Home in Russell Springs. His funeral is set for 2 on Wednesday afternoon at the funeral home. Police are continuing to investigate an explosion that happened in Pulaski County over the weekend. The explosion reportedly lasted for several seconds. Pulaski County Sheriff Bobby Jones says it was felt in places miles away as debris scattered about. He says they responded to a home on Hidden Crest Drive off of US Highway 27. He says that's when they found the source of the explosion, fireworks.
Find insulation and stuff in their yards and from several miles away from this location that exploded. It was a outbuilding behind a residence in a subdivision that was storing fireworks. Something had happened inside of that to set that off.
The ATF and Pulaski County Sheriff's Office are both investigating the explosion. Sheriff Bobby Jones says 1 person died, 43-year-old Christopher Feinberg. 3 others were hurt. A man was charged with escape and resisting arrest in Clay County. Police responded to a complaint that someone was trying to break into a home. When they arrived, police said they encountered Willie Henson. Henson was charged with escape, resisting arrest, and menacing. He was taken to the Clay County Detention Center. Knox County Sheriff's Office is conducting a death investigation. Police responded to a call Monday morning saying a man was unresponsive at his home on Dripping Springs Road in Hinkle. When they arrived, police found 61-year-old Ricky Jordan. Jordan was pronounced dead at the scene by the Knox County coroner. Police say no foul play is suspected at this time. The body was sent to Frankfort for an autopsy to verify the cause of death. 2 Johnson County men were arrested after a drug bust at a traffic safety checkpoint. Police said they seized approximately 1.5 of a pound of meth and drug paraphernalia at the checkpoint in Salyersville. Nicholas Barnett and Tony Endicott of West Van Leer were both charged with trafficking meth. Both men were taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. A Somerset man was charged with rape and burglary after an investigation in Wayne County. Police responded to a report of a possible sexual assault at a home in the Homestead Heights neighborhood. Police arrested 23-year-old Zachary Stephen Brown of Somerset. He is charged with rape and burglary. Brown was taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center, and the victim was taken to the hospital. Officials with Harlan County Schools are working to keep staff and students safe in case of an emergency. Officials have installed metal detectors at Harlan County High School. Before coming into the school, students will have to walk through the detectors. District Chief of Police Matt Cope says it detects heavy metals found in weapons versus other types of detectors that detect all metals. He says they want it to serve as a deterrent.
We're fortunate here that we do have 2 SROs that are assigned here to Harlan County High School, as well as assigned to all of our schools in the district. So this is a significant security improvement, but it also serves as a deterrent. So if anyone may have been thinking of possibly ever bringing anything to a school campus, there is a deterrent that they know they're going to have to go through those detectors, and that's what we're after.
Cope says this is just one of several safety measures they have implemented during the school year. The number of book titles targeted for censorship increased 65% in 2023 compared to 2022, reaching the highest levels ever documented by the American Library Association. In an effort to earn a high honor, one Girl Scout is promoting banned book awareness. WYMT's Jack Demler was in Moorhead to learn more about her efforts.
In March of 2023, Senate Bill 5 was passed in Kentucky, requiring local boards of education to adopt policies to prevent educationally unsuitable material from being introduced into the school library or being on school property. Book banning continues to be prevalent across the nation.
Book banning is wrong because it silences people.
That's why, in an effort to complete an 80-hour community-oriented project, Katie Hardesty hosted a program at Coffee Tree Books in Moorhead centered around the history of book banning, a project that brought her through a world of censored stories.
I have read just some banned books that have made such an impact on my life, that have changed my way of thinking so much already. And I feel like that's really why banned books are important.
The program included an educational aspect of the history of banned books and focused on 2 books, The Hate You Give and Anne Frank's Diary, the graphic adaptation.
I wanted to involve everyone because it is also educational, so I wanted to make it so if you hadn't read the book, it would be okay, but I also wanted to choose books that I felt like a lot of those from the age group I'm targeting would be reading them.
While she wants people to stop book banning, Hardesty says the real focus is for people to understand why book banning shouldn't happen.
Even if you don't agree with someone, you shouldn't be trying to silence their voices. Everybody should get a chance to share their ideas and thoughts.
Emphasizing the importance of ending book banning. In Moorhead, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Hardesty says of all of the banned books she's read, her favorites include The Hate You Give and All Quiet on the Western Front. Construction on a Letcher County bridge began yesterday. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the bridge will be closed for 3 to 4 weeks for a rehabilitation project. The bridge is located in downtown Whitesburg on East Main Street. Officials said crews will begin construction by operating on the deck and beams. The bridge will remain closed to all traffic while the project is ongoing.
And a good Tuesday to you. It is a first alert weather day because of severe weather later today, also tomorrow. In the meantime, we have visibility issues this morning as well, and some of us with visibility of a mile or less, so extra time out the door this morning. Temperature-wise, basically between 59 and 64. Those of you watching from Clintwood and Wise, though, a little bit cooler, respectively, at 57 and 59. A couple of showers into southern portions of West Virginia, still from Harlan, points east to Norton and south of you. And as we get you out the door for today, partly sunny, a bit breezy. Look for the scattered shower and thunder shower pattern to evolve as we head through the early portion of the afternoon. 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Then we get a little bit of a break and then another opportunity after 7 o'clock into the overnight period, up to 82 and hazard for the daytime high. More about today and tomorrow's severe weather threat. Your first alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Madison?
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41, still to come on Mountain News this morning. Israeli troops move in on Rafah as they go back and forth on a ceasefire.